All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Monday morning, afternoon, whatever it even is. Who even cares? God bless you all in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I pray from the bottom of my heart that you and your family are super blessed, guys. And we're seeing some coins get a move right here. We're seeing a little bit of a move here. A little bit of a link trade, a little bit of a Zcash trade from the setups given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I'm trading some altcoins now, guys. As we are heading into the winter season, I'm trading some alts. So if you're interested in alts and following along my alt TA, make sure to go over to jasoncaspertrading.com. Click the link to join the VIP Discord. And of course, we're still in the Bitcoin short trade given in advance. The setup, the trade taken in real time, just like the link in the Zcash trades taken in real time. Also, guys, got to give a major shout out to KCEX, the exchange right now that has the lowest fees, and also, of course, I'm trading on BLOFIN as well. Guys, some really good deals. KCEX, 10% deposit bonus up to $21,000, and also BLOFIN. If you sign up using my link, you get 0.02% market order fee. It's the lowest that BLOFIN is offering, only for people who use my link. I mean, literally, I had to work a deal with them. I said, look, you guys, your fees are too high. How are you going to compete with KCEX if you guys are charging an arm and a leg for a trade? So they said, Jay, look, you're right. You know what? We're going to give the Casper Crew a super awesome deal. All right. Now, we're going to be getting into this Bitcoin chart. You can see here we are bouncing from this very interesting trend line. We've just confirmed a weekly bearish divergence. What even is this market? We don't know. But we got to give a major shout to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Sergeant Squid. He says, yo, Jay, send in love from rehab. God bless. Well, may the Lord bless you in your journey, bro. Shout out to Crypto Clown World. Anyone having issues with Coinbase not allowing buys and sells and transfers? Haven't used Coinbase today, so I don't know. Shout out to Tommy, a.k.a. looking like Mark Zuck up in here. Is that Mark Zuck or is that really you? Shout out to Chasing Elizabeth, who says Chop City. Shout out to John Blake. Shout out to Moses Alexander Cruz. He says, what it do, Jasper? Nutty Monday in the market today. False move Monday, baby. Yeah, Zcash, man. Taking me back to 2017. Major, huge, major shout out to Jagged Mountain. Jagged Mountain with the hot pretzels coming on in. Man, it's been a while, Jagged Mountain. But, man, I'm so happy to see you here. God bless you. I hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great. Shout out to Gitch Da Real One, like the stream, baby. Shout out to Doan Life. He says God doesn't like people who are late. Hey man, better late than never, right? Think about the thief on the cross. He was real late, all right, but he still made it in, right? Shout out to Guitar Tech. He says remember to hit the like. Shout out to Abhine Varma. What is going on? Investment time. What is going on? Getchy. What is going on? Shout out to Quarter T Firms and my wife often quips that I've slipped back into the crypto craze. The returns from my MEV stake have actually covered our vacation. She simply sits back observing in her quiet, unspoken way. LOL. Well, it's always good when the crypto gains bring you on vacations. I'll never forget my first crypto vacation. It was actually in 2018. 2018 was my first crypto vacation, baby. Took my wife to the Bahamas. We went on a cruise, and we went on a fancy cruise, man. We went on a fancy cruise. We had a balcony on the aft. You guys know what the aft is of the boat? The aft? I don't know either. But man, it was nice. It was nice. Okay? So, this cycle is late. Shout out to Eric. He says it depends. Guys, it depends. What's the Bitcoin price going to do? It depends. It depends. It depends. It depends. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. I am happy to be here today, guys. Shout out to Farman from Pakistan, and shout out to Chris King. He says Proverbs 28 1b is the righteous are as bold as a lion. Shout out to 8 Luck Jake. He says give it to me straight, never give it to me gay. And shout out to Crazy Waffles and AJ91. Shout out to the Casper Crew. Let's see how our Zcash trade is going, guys. Zcash trade going pretty good. Also took a link trade that's pretty much flat right here. We're in a little bit of profit here, but Zcash is pumping, baby. All right, Zcash is pumping. Zcash is pumping. All right, let's pop right into the Bitcoin price action and see what's going on. Also, here's something else I have to tell you guys. Okay, I'm still long on Bitcoin on Bybit, and here is something. Oh my goodness, I'm such an idiot. I am such an idiot. If you guys were here last week, all right, you saw that I was in a long trade from pretty much around 107 right here. I longed this wick on Friday, October 10th, okay? I was looking to add to my trade around this area at the Fibonacci 618, right? I was looking to add to my trade here. So guess what I did? Like a fool, because I was looking to add to the trade, I increased the leverage. All right, originally I had my stop loss under here with low leverage. I increased my leverage, and I actually got liquidated on this wick, which means I literally lost $100 on that whole ordeal, guys. I literally lost $100 on that whole ordeal. You know, that was pretty dumb of me. Here's why it's dumb of me. My stop loss was below the low, and if I had gotten stopped out of this trade below the low, I would have actually closed the trade in a small profit. And I got liquidated on this wick. I didn't even realize that I go to my trade and I thought I was still in the position. I wasn't. I was liquidated. So I made here about $4,600, and then the liquidation cost me $4,700. So, but I got back into a long trade here, and now my stop loss is under the low. So we'll see what happens, guys. We will see what happens. I'll be honest with you. I don't have high hopes for it. All right, I don't have high hopes for it. But we did bounce from the Fibonacci 786. But just a little reminder, guys, make sure before you leave the computer for the weekend, make sure everything's in order, right? Make sure that your liquidation price isn't before your stop loss. My goodness. Let's talk about what's happening, by the way, with the Bitcoin price. Then we'll touch on some altcoins. So last stream on Friday, we were taking a look at this trend line that we discovered here randomly as we were looking at some confluences, and we noticed, oh my goodness, would you look at this? The Bitcoin price is respecting these lows and currently is bouncing from these lows as we are forming this large rising wedge pattern. You know, this kind of does remind me a little bit, just a little bit, of what happened over here. You know, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. Also, it's just so interesting to look in general at the Bitcoin price being in a giant, monstrous kind of rising wedge pattern, depending on how we want to draw this like this. You know, look at that. Isn't that interesting? It's so interesting. Anyway, this is a pretty key support for a number of reasons. As we know, first of all, let's pop on our good old 200-day moving average here. Here we are in the weekly time frame, and you can see the 200-day moving average is acting right now as our support. I'd say this is more than support. This is life support. Oh, Jay, you crack me up. Jay, you're such a funny guy, man. How did you learn to be so funny? Now, here's why the 200 SMA is so important, guys. As you can see, if we're going to close a weekly candle below the 200 SMA, as has been throughout the entirety of the bull run here, we spend a number of weeks below it. All right? We spend a number of weeks below it. Now, there was a time back here where we bounced perfectly from the 200 SMA back when, what was it, Silvergate Bank went under? But a weekly close below this 200 SMA, in my opinion, would say we are not out of the bearish woods. Okay, we are not out of the bearish woods. But so far, for 3-week candles in a row, we are holding the line. Literally, we're holding the line. Now, there are some major warning signs on the chart. First of all, the monthly time frame has confirmed a bearish divergence last month. Okay? We have seen the price continue to make higher highs. We have seen the momentum get lower. All right, it's giving us the very scary upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern. We remember what happened last bear market when he flashed his upside down uneven you-know-whats on Market Cipher B. Okay? We come to our weekly time frame, and we have also just confirmed a bearish divergence as well. And this time, it looks pretty intense. In fact, as the price was making that higher high, we can see that the oscillator made quite the lower high. Whew. Not looking the best. And if we go down to the 2-day time frame, what do we see? We see that as we made this high, back here from the short trade with the setup given in advance and the Casper crew taken in real time, all right, when I decided to short, just like the current trades that we're in right here, the Zcash trade and the Link trade that were given in advance and taken in real time, all right, letting people know we're long, baby. We are long, baby, all right. When we came up to that level, the 2-day market cipher B got a very intense bearish divergence with the money flow and the momentum waves coming out, all right? So, where does that leave us right now? Let's go ahead and pull the volume profile of the entirety of this, all right? This is Bybit, the 2-day chart, and we're taking it basically from July 2025 when we broke out of that range. I'm saying when we broke out of like 110K, right? Because remember, 110K, very important resistance. It basically goes back to December 2024, right? So as you can see here, right now, we are struggling to get a move back inside the fair value zone. If we can get a move back inside the fair value zone, I'd say we can easily get a rise up to let's call it $118,000. Especially, like, let's talk about this daily candle here. If we can close today's daily candle above this blue line of 110.6-ish, right? Then what? Then what? Well, then I'd say this actually looks pretty bullish because we had a big old wick. We came back inside the fair value zone. We made a higher low. And now we're also reclaiming this value area low for the second time. That is actually a really nice looking thing on the chart. And also, if we can close the daily candle above 110,000.6, we will in fact be printing a nice looking daily bullish divergence here. And we currently also will be having a, well, actually, it's already confirmed, a 12-hour bullish divergence. We go to our 8-hour, already confirmed 8-hour bullish divergence right here. A classic uneven butt cheek pattern, very big and juicy on the left, full of ravioli and gravy just squeezing out of the cheek. The good kind of ravioli, not the kind you buy frozen at the store and boil it, and it opens up in the pot while it's boiling, and then you take a bite full of water. Nobody wants water in the ravioli. No, this is the kind you get at a restaurant. Somehow they do it different. We don't know how. It's a big secret. This left cheek has no water, just pure ricotta. The right cheek, very skinny, as you can see here. The left cheek definitely does lots of squatting and deadlifting. The right cheek, just cardio. Also known as a bullish divergence. We got it right here on the 8-hour time frame. All right. I think if we close the daily candle above this value area low, we could absolutely see a move back up to the top of our local range, which is going to take us to the 118 area. Why? Well, because we're looking at this right now as our sideways range. This is the top of the range, right up here, right? And this is the bottom of the range, right down here. Well, we came to the bottom of the range, right? We came to the top of the range. We came to the bottom of the range. Makes the most sense we come to the top of the range. And it also makes most sense, in my opinion, that we take the liquidity that's above 116.2. Right? Because you have to remember, these highs here have left behind liquidity. What is that? Basically stop losses, right? People who are short. People shorted, they put their stop losses here. They shorted, they put their stop losses here. They shorted, they put their stop losses here. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to like the video. They shorted, make sure to like the video. Yeah. Man, my teeth are definitely like... Have you ever seen better teeth than mine, guys? Have you ever seen better teeth than mine? I haven't. Man, what another good reason to like the video. We have over 1,000 people in the house, and if we can get over 1,000 likes in half an hour, well, we'll give away $1,000. I'm trying to give away $1,000 over here, guys. Sheesh. This is the $1,000 I was going to spend on Invisalign and tooth whitening stuff. But instead, I'm trying to give it to you, and all you have to do is like the dang video. Now, we got our short stop losses here, right, above the level. Here above the level, here above the level, which means we'll probably get gravitated up towards our Fibonacci Golden Pocket 618 from the high to the low, puts us right around 117.7 to around $120,000. And this is going to be the real make it or break it zone here, where we find out if we're actually going to make a new high or get rejected from our high school crush 6 Juanita, aka the 618 Fibonacci. People don't know 6 Juanita. The reason why we even use the 618 fib level is because of this girl, 6 Juanita, in high school. She broke our heart. We asked her on a date. We thought we were going to get matching Ben coin tattoos. And this joke used to be more funny back in the day, but after everything that's happened with Ben Armstrong, you know, I probably shouldn't tell this joke anymore or even allude to the Ben coin. But I never update my pictures. It's been like 2 years I've been using this, right? And she rejected me. Look at this. Boom. Right from the 618 Fibonacci. Bam. Consolidate. Boom. Bam. Okay. This is where we're going to find out what's really going to happen to the Bitcoin price. Whether or not the top is in. Whether or not these monthly bear divs play out. Or we make one more big higher high. Okay. Very key level right here. Now, if we lose our 200 moving average, then historically speaking, we are going to spend some time below. And then I think we're going to get gravitated down towards the $96,000-ish zone, where if we take a look at the larger range, we have the high volume node coming in right around $97,000. And also, if we take our Fibonacci, a golden pocket from the low that we made back here in April to the high, you can see that we come right to this area. Okay? Around the low to the mid 90s. Okay, we will call this you eat the bugs area. Okay, eat the bugs. Okay, this is the eat the bugs level. All right, now hopefully we bounce from the eat the bugs level, because that means the uptrend is still intact. Right? Everyone's wondering, is the 4-year cycle broken? The 4-year cycle being broken actually would be a good thing in this instance, because it means we could see an extended move to the upside. Okay, if the 4-year cycle is not broken, it means we're probably topping out within the next few months, like at Q1 2025 at the latest. Okay, and in my opinion, if one more awesome thing about that level, guys, is this: we take an anchored VWAP from the August low, August 2024. You can see the August 2024 anchored VWAP lines up perfectly in that zone, the eat the bugs level. Okay. Now, if we see more of a pullback here, the next level after the eat the bugs level is going to be, we go ahead and we take our volume profile of all of this stuff. All right, it's going to be right around, in my opinion, the $65-ish thousand level, where we have basically a back test of the previous cycle all-time high and the support resistance flip that we made here in spring and summer 2024. All right, this is called the own nothing and be happy level. All right, own nothing and be happy level. Why is it called the own nothing and be happy level? Well, if you don't own Bitcoin and we're back down to this level, you're going to be very happy to put a little of your cash, all right, a little bit of your dry powder into the Bitcoin from this level. Because honestly, here's the thing. If we come back down to the own nothing and be happy level, we're talking about a 50% correction. And in my opinion, everybody who says, hey Jay, should I buy Bitcoin now? Should I buy now? Should I buy the dip? Jay, should I buy the dip? And I'm like, guys, we're $110,000. Do you call that a dip? You know? Like a gorilla up in here. Do you call that a dip? Like, I don't call it a dip. Okay? I call 50% a dip. That's where I'm trying to buy the dang dip, baby. All right. So yeah, if you own no Bitcoin down here, you're gonna be super happy to buy the dip. All right. This is the eat the bugs level. Why? Well, because we could get a bounce from here, but there's a real chance we won't. In which case, you're not gonna have money for anything. You're gonna have to eat the bugs that Klaus Schwab gives to you in the mail every day on your universal basic income as you're doing your job in the metaverse. You'll probably have a really nice metaverse house and a really nice metaverse avatar, right? You'll be super jacked in the metaverse, right? In real life, you'll just be a fat old neckbeard on the computer, but in the metaverse, the ladies are not going to be able to take their hands off you. You're going to be the opposite of Jason Casper, who's never had a girlfriend in his life because he's so awkward, can't even look a girl in the eye. In real life, I'm hoping for the metaverse to come. Maybe I'll find love someday. Okay? All this to say, right now, so long as we hold where we're at right now at the 200 SMA, we could very easily see our move back up to 117 to 120, where we obviously look for the short. All right, we obviously look for a short at key resistance because we have to understand bearish divergence, lower low. We have to look for a lower high and then another lower low. But we also understand that if we're long, make sure don't close the whole dang position unless you want all the money so you can go off to the Bahamas with your wife on a crypto cruise. But yeah, we could see the new all-time high as well. Okay, let's take a look at some of these other assets here. So we've got the Zcash trade open from the setup in the Casper crew. Also, we got the Chainlink trade. Two assets. Well, actually, I do hold a lot of Chainlink. I don't hold Zcash, but I am trading Zcash on Leverage. All right, on Leverage. I do want to take a look at some other things besides Bitcoin. But before we do, we have to give a major shout out to people in the chat here. Okay, shout out to Hopium Copium. He says the lizards are planning the collapse looming for the right time. Shout out to Tommy. He says, instead of money, I want a giveaway. Instead of a giveaway money, I want a little freestyle. A little freestyle. What's the egg code? That's a great question. The egg code. Shout out to R Pink. Shout out to Alex Wells. There's a woman out there for me somewhere. Well, thank you. Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to look her in the eyes this time. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. Shout out to Aaron G. Shout out to R Pink. He don't like bugs. You know, I only ate bugs once or twice in my life. I ate barbecue flavored crickets. All right, they are kosher, by the way. But not my thing. All right, not my thing. And also, when the World Economic Forum wants you to eat them, you don't want to eat them. You know what I'm saying? You know, when Klaus Schwab wants me to eat bugs, I'm not going to eat them. You know what would really make me eat bugs? If someone cool said to eat them, like Trump, man. If Trump told me to eat bugs, I'd be all over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if Klaus Schwab tried to, like, I don't know, arm the streets of United States cities with the military. I'd be not for it at all. But if Trump did it, man, I would be so for it. You know what I'm saying? What could go wrong? What could go wrong? What could go... It's wild, man. But anyway, what are we talking about? Right, we're talking about the egg code. Let's go into the Casper Crew VIP Discord. You know, you can even get eggs without the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I mean, let's see here. Let's see. Let's go to the egg. Where are we at here? Let's see. Where's the eggs? Aha! Eggs. We have this thing called Egg Wars going on. If you don't know what eggs are, guys, eggs are these things you can get in the Casper Crew VIP Discord and the Casper Crew regular Discord. Okay? And these eggs are redeemable for prizes. If you're in the VIP Discord, you get 5 times the amount of eggs as if you're not in the VIP Discord. All right? Right now we have something going on called Egg Wars. Egg Wars. All right? We've got Egg Wars for October 2025. It's going to kick off tomorrow. Time to earn eggs while showing off your skills. Check the schedule in the Discord for events and times. We got some cool stuff going on right now. In the Discord, we've got Egg Wars going on. The blue things are only for VIPs. The purple things are for everybody. All right? These are the times that you can come to win some nice eggs and play some fun games in the Discord. And of course, at 1 p.m. on October 31st is the Casper Crew Game Day, where we're giving away thousands of dollars for some really fun games in the Casper Crew VIP only, all right? But right now, if you want to get some eggs, head over to the free Discord or the VIP Discord. It's all the same. Just go to quests. And you're going to go ahead and click claim. And you're going to go ahead and type in egg. All right, egg. I don't even know how to spell egg. Guys, I didn't even graduate high school, okay? I didn't graduate high school. I'm an absolute moron, okay? But look, I've got my eggs. 5 eggs. Wow, amazing. Now I can win prizes in the Casper Crew Discord. Right? Now I can get some stuff, right? Look at the prizes you could win. Money. $200. Wow. $100. Wow. $50. Wow. 2 months of VIP Discord. Wow. Amazing. I can't even believe it. And all you have to do is join the Discord? Yeah. Amazing. All right. Amazing. Okay. It's a great deal on eggs. Yes, the Egg Wars indeed is a cracking story. Absolutely. Supposedly we all eat spiders while we sleep. Yes, I know. Isn't that crazy? The average person, what, is it like 50 spiders in like a year? That's what they say. You know, sometimes I wake up in the morning tasting a little arachnophobic up in my mouth, if you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Steve Hickey. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. He wants a 48K bottom. Where is your zone of interest for TP on that link long? It is right over here. Right around this area here. Going for those highs. Going for those highs, baby. So let's see what we can get here. Link is actually getting a little bit of a pump right now. You know, Link's getting a little bit of a pump. We're going to see if we can go for those highs here, all right? We're going to see if we can go for those highs. That's our target. Come on, baby. Link, set up giving in advance in the Casper crew. And told everyone I'm longing it from VWAP. So, man, let's see. This is the make it or break it moment right here. Can we squeeze? Can we squeeze? Can we squeeze? Let's take a look at Ethereum. All right. So, ETH. All right. You know, basically, look, all these coins, as the title of the video says. Where's the title? Oh, guys, this is my Bible channel, all right? Everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people want me to make a channel dedicated to Bible study things. Well, I've done did it, all right? I've done did it. So if you're interested in a Bible channel where I go in depth in Bible studies in the dang Greek and the Hebrew, all right? And all right, we're out here preaching, all right? We're out here preaching, baby. If you're interested in that stuff, check it out. All right, I'm gonna pop a link in the chat. All right, yeah. Let me share this in the chat. All right, but what was I really gonna do? I was gonna do something else. Yes, I was gonna look at the title of the video. As the title of the video says, right here, it's a now or never moment. All right, it's a now or never moment. Wow. Yeah, it's a now or never moment for pretty much all of these assets here. When we take a look at ETH, what is happening? We have come down to backtest the $3,500 zone. This green box right here is super, super important because if we lose the green box, we are going to come back down into the range, and then we have to be ready for a drop back down toward the bottom of the range. And I hate to say it, guys. I really hate to say it. But we are going to be, we're probably talking about around that $2,000 zone. All right. ETH doesn't like the golden pocket. ETH likes a 786 and the 886 pocket. And that's going to be taking us right back down to our historic support here. We do not want to lose 3,500. 3,500. This is the value area high of the last 4 years of price action. And not only that, it is the point of control of this current bull market going back to early 2024. You can see how of an important level this is here, where if lost, we could easily get a move back down toward the POC of our range around $2,000 ETH. We do not want to lose 3,500. We do not want to lose it. So what are we looking at right now? Well, right now, we're looking at our weekly time frame, okay? We don't have time for any kind of bullish divergences or anything to be printing on our weekly time frame here. We did see a nice looking hidden bullish divergence. If we consider these lows, right? If we consider these lows, we did see a nice little hidden bullish div here on ETH. Possible continuation pattern, and we did make a higher high. So now we have to go down to our 2-day to decipher what is going on here, okay? Now, it's looking pretty ambiguous here. It's looking pretty ambiguous. Here are two potential trades I would be interested in on ETH on the higher term timeframes, guys. All right, first of all, before we talk about the resistance that we're currently trying to break here, let's talk about a potential long that we could have here on ETH. Remember, we did not actually take the liquidity back here from our August 3rd, 2025 low. We actually never came down to this point of control. What does that mean? It means we actually have some nice liquidity down here, okay? Some nice liquidity down here to be snagged, all right? To be snagged. We can come down, take the liquidity, and if we do that, that honestly is a place where I would be looking for a long trade. And this would be a really nice setup. Why? Because we know immediately if we're wrong. If we're coming down to the POC and we see a wick below this level and then a close back above the level, that gives us the most obvious long setup in the world. If we're taking that liquidity And then we're seeing a bounce. This is telling us this is an absolute awesome long trade that I would take pretty much any single time, especially if there's bullish divergences. And then we have to realize that there is liquidity above these highs here, right? There are short stop losses above these highs. It's very rare that you make a high and then a lower high like that and then come back inside of a range like this and you don't eventually squeeze them, right? In fact, if we look at this just in general here, right? This in and of itself looks kind of bull flaggish, right? Looks kind of bull flaggish. So in hindsight, on the higher time frames, if we ignored these wicks, we'd say, oh yeah, it was a bull flag. And where's the target of that bull flag going to be? Well, in my opinion, it's making a new high. And so really, our next actual target on ETH is around the $5,500 level, which is the 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension from the 2019 bear market low to the 2021 bull market high to the 2022 bear market low. And so this could be actually a really nice setup right here, almost a 10-to-1 risk reward. You know, it depends on where we put our dang stop loss. All right, let's assume we have a 9% stop loss. That's still a 7-to-1 risk reward. Now, again, we're not risking 9%. Hopefully, you're not risking 9%. I think that's too much to risk for one trade. All right, but what this really means is 7-to-1 risk reward. We're risking 1 to make 7 of whatever percent you're risking. You're risking 1% to make 7, 2% to make 14%, risking 3% to make 21%, risking 4% to make 28%, right? That's how you got to kind of look at it. And then, of course, we have our technical target of this bull flag here. If we take this first impulse up, our technical target is going to be right around the $6,800 1.271 fib extension, 1.272. All right. This could be a nice setup in the event of bullishness in the next few weeks. Okay, so something to really be aware of, because when I look at the ETH chart, I have to think to myself, we're at a very key area, and if we do get another dip down, yeah, it does look bearish up here, but how bullish would this look, guys? All right, let's say we come to the chart and we see ETH right here at 35.20, having just taken out the lows from last Friday, taking out the lows from August 4th, and Market Cipher B, we come over here and we look at Market Cipher B, and what do we see? 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 That's right. The gluteus maximus crooked pattern, which is the Latin term, if you're an academic like myself, writing articles in the New England Journal of Medicine about bullish divergences in human anatomy combined. That's my doctoral thesis, is in bullish divergences and human anatomy combined. Exercise physiology of making gains. I'm not talking about those muscle gains. I'm talking about those crypto gains and those muscle gains at the same time. All right, now it's really hard these days to get a PhD in anything because, I mean, there's nothing left to talk about. I mean, we know everything. I mean, as humans, don't we know everything? After all, it's the 90s, guys. Nothing left to be discovered now. Scientists, you know, they know everything, man. Now look, that could be really nice. We could get a big push. We could get a big squeeze. We could get a big move up to some new Ethereum highs. Now, if we lose this level, and especially if we lose the 200-day MA, which I don't care as much about on ETH. Yeah, I'd say our target would be down around the $2,000 zone. Why do I say that? Well, let's go back to our weekly time frame, okay? And let's take a look at how the weekly time frame looks. We came up to this level in 2 weeks. There's no support here. There's no support on the way down. So the first stop is going to be 2,800, and we know how ETH loves to disrespect support and resistance. And really, if we look at this level down here, this has been our historic support in 2024 January, support in August 2024, support right here in February 2025, support right here in June 2025. This would actually look like something we would want to see if we're looking for that classic introverted head and shoulders, right? The introvert. We all know the introvert from high school. You know, everyone nicknamed him Shoes because he was too much of a loser to eat lunch in the cafeteria. He had to go eat lunch in the bathroom stall. And the only thing people knew about him was what kind of shoes he wore, because they'd go in the bathroom every day and see the same shoes under the stall. They say, "Hey, Shoes, what's going on, Shoes?" But Shoes never said anything back to you, all right? Meanwhile, Shoes is working hard at his day job at McDonald's. While you're busy being a cool high school jock, being all popular, drinking, wasting your life, he's working hard at McDonald's, making minimum wage. But the thing is, when Ethereum comes back down to $2,000, man, he takes his life savings, puts it in, and then he has all this ETH, and then it breaks out, and then it's going to our target of $8,500, and then all the girls from high school want to talk now. Right? High school reunion comes along. Oh, shoes, we always thought you were cute. Well, why didn't you tell me that back in the bathroom stall? Right? Sheesh. Girls are so fickle, man. Maybe someday I'll find love. All right? I'll be honest, I was so traumatized back in high school that I myself had to have a bathroom stall built in my house so I could eat in there. That's the only place I actually feel comfortable eating, is in my own bathroom stall. And that's one of the benefits of trading crypto. You can make enough money to install your own stall. Install the stall. All right? You got to install the stall with your crypto gains, baby. All right? Maybe Shoes had IBS, says J-Boy Bullish. I'm crazy if I think ETH will ever be at 2,800 again. Man, Felix, you shouldn't have said that, bro. Oh my goodness, guys, who's gonna let Felix know? Who in the chat is gonna let Felix know what he just did? Felix, Felix, bro. Felix, man, you can't say stuff like that, man. Bro, you cannot say stuff like that, bro. You're literally, do you know what you're doing when you say stuff like that? It's like the people who long the top so that the whales can absorb the longs and push the price down lower, right? The people who long the top are ruining it for the people who long the bottom, because the people who are long the top are giving the whales a reason to push the price down, okay? Felix, when you say there's no way ETH will ever see 2,800 again, all right, you are somehow shifting the molecular structure of the quantum mechanics of the created universe in order to cause the future price of ETH to go right down to 2,800, wick into your liquidation by 1 cent, and then reverse. All right, don't ever say things like that, bro. Don't ever say things like that. And worse, you posted it in a YouTube chat, which means the AI knows, bro. Big Brother now knows that you think this. It's forever on the internet. You can't take it back. This YouTube stream will be posted forever now, Felix. I'm not going to delete this stream after. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. My goodness. Good old Felix. God bless you, Felix. Felix H. No, I'm not talking about Felix H. I'm talking about Felix Cepeda. Felix Cepeda. We got a lot of Felixes in here, okay? Major shout to Larry Garcia, by the way. Got to give a major shout to Larry Garcia in the chat. Also got to give a major shout to Larry Garcia, who's my uncle. I have an uncle named Larry Garcia. Isn't that funny? Yeah, so that's the deal with Ethereum. Let's take a look at Chainlink here. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I mean, look, here's the deal, guys. I have to be honest, though. Am I saying ETH is gonna go down to that level? No. Remember what I said. I said I'm looking for a long if ETH comes back down to our current low, fills the wick, bullish divergences. That, honestly, would get me into a long on ETH. But if we don't bounce from there, there's no support. There's no support, right? It's like this. It's like you're walking across a bridge, one of those old rickety rope bridges across the mountain, right? You're going on that rotten wood. The wood is bending, but that wood is going to support you, okay? The wood is supporting you. It's all good. But if that wood doesn't support you, there's no support on the way down into the rocky, watery death that you're about to experience, okay? So that's what we're talking about here. Now, Chainlink. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I mean, when I see this, I get even more giddy than that time me and Carl from the Moon drove to McDonald's in his Maserati to buy a dang Big Mac meal. You know what I'm saying? Do you even know what I'm saying?
Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal.
Major shout out to my man Carl. The reason why I get so giddy is because what we saw here, what we just have witnessed together, oh my goodness. Oh man, we are late to the party on Link. I mean, look, we're long on Link, right? We took the dang long trade. given in real time in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. We're long on Link, we're long on Zcash right now. All right, we've already locked in a little profit here on Zcash, baby. Already locked in a little TP here on the Zcash. Link, not quite yet. Both these trades given in real time in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, just like we gave the short in real time in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from the exact top at JasonCasperTrading.com. But Link, what we have done with this big old wick to the downside is we have taken all this liquidity. Oh my goodness. This could be something absolutely huge. All right. Oh my goodness, man. Look at what we have done. This is a massive bullish divergence that goes all the way back to August 2024. This is a year-long bullish divergence. All right. Typically, we would call it the good old-fashioned uneven butt cheek pattern. But we have ourselves on the weekly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. This is called a quadricular bullish formation on Market Cipher B. All right, we had a trichicular bullish formation back here, 1, 2, 3, as the price was getting lower. Now we've got ourselves a quadricular bullish formation on Market Cipher B. Okay, wow. That could be really awesome. We've taken all the liquidity. We stopped out every single person who's basically been long from the back test of the bear market range. And now we're back inside the range above the POC. And if we look at our weekly time frame, it looks like we're about to print a good old bottom soon. We go to our 5-day. Looks like we're about to print a green dot soon. Man, we go to the 2-day. We've already started to print a green dot. We've already got almost confirmed bullish divergences in 1 day and 6 hour on the two-day. And not only that, but if we look at the 2-day, what else do we see? The money flow is getting thicker, crossing from the purple into the blue. From the purple into the blue, it'll tell you what Bitcoin's gonna do. That's a little diddly I learned back in school to help me trade. From the purple to the blue, it shows you what she's gonna do. From the purple to the blue to show you what she's gonna do. That's pretty dang bullish. Now let's go to the daily. What do we see on the daily? Bull divs, money flow, questionable, very questionable. You know what I'm saying? Questionable, like this picture of me back when I was just about to graduate college with my degree in trans, non-carbon, binary, emission, gender, intersectionality studies. People looked at me and they said, that guy is questionable. Questionable, right? Which way is he gonna go? We don't know. Right? The only way to know is follow me into the Walmart and see what bathroom I go into. You know those people in Walmart, 2 in the morning? You're there with your brother. Hey bro, what do you think? Dude or chick? I don't know, man. Why don't we wait and see if they go into the bathroom? We'll see what bathroom they go into, right? You bet on it. You bet. And what is trading but betting on which way Bitcoin or ETH, or in this case Chainlink, is going to go? All right, the money flow, questionable right here. Looking a little muddy. Like trans, non-carbon, binary, emission, gender studies. But I'd say all in all, especially with this weekly, we could see some big action here. We don't have a bearish divergence at the highs, which in my opinion is nice. It's nice that we don't have a bear div here. It's nice that we made a lower high here, in my opinion. And again, what do I know? I'm a high school dropout. My college degree is in trans, non-carbon, binary, emission, gender studies. I spent my early 30s on the bathroom floor with a sock around my head, not shaving. Okay? Again, what do I know? Again, I'm just a guy in a treadmill licking a plunger. But in my opinion, this looks nice. This looks really nice. I mean, what? We wicked down to the bear market range? We're printing weekly bullish divergences? We're back above the POC? This is our third weekly candle? I mean, that's a nice weekly close right here. You know, this is a nice weekly consolidazione. Maybe we are going to see our alt season coming up soon. All right, let's take a look at some other assets here. I do want to take a look at AVAX because, you know, AVAX is another one of those coins that did something absolutely phenomenal here. AVAX literally took the low. All right, and AVAX literally took the low. Okay, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, we took the low. Oh my goodness, like, man. This is either... I mean, this is either the most bullish thing we've ever seen in the history of crypto for some of these altcoins, or we're all about to lose everything, okay? We're all about to lose it all, okay? This chart, the chart itself, oh my goodness. The fact that we took the low, this is the 12-day chart, this is the half-month chart, the money flow crossing from purple into blue, we've got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're about to get a quinchicular formation at the bottom. I've never even heard of a quinchicular formation before. I have a new topic for my next PhD doctorate thesis. Studying quintuplet, chicular, bullish divergences on altcoins after the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin's been potentially broken by the BlackRock ETF. That's the title of my thesis. I'm working on it right now. It's a lot of work. You know, it's a lot of work. But I'm still coming in for these streams for y'all, so make sure to smash up the likes, because we have 1,000 people in here, and we only have 500 likes. Let's see if we can't get the likes up to the watchers. Previously say we enter in a bear market. Yeah, I think the bear market's coming up soon, Doriani. In fact, we might even be here already. We might even be in the bear market. All right. But just because you're in a bear market doesn't mean you can't have some big old pumps. All right. Especially with altcoins, honestly. And again, remember, if the 4-year cycle is still intact, yeah, we're heading right into the bear market right now. And the top is generally in. When I say the top is generally in, what do I mean? By the top being generally in, I mean this. This is going to be our top. All right, the 4-year cycle is intact. This is going to be our top. This range here is going to be our top. All right, we're going to look back here and say it couldn't be more obvious than this. Major bearish divergence on the 2-month time frame. All right, do we have time on these high time frames to chop in this range a little bit? Yeah, of course, we have time to chop around. But in hindsight, when we look at this and we zoom out, we'll say, yeah, it was pretty dang obvious the top was in. All right. So yeah, we very well could be heading into a bear market. Remember, there's a few different options out there. Option number 1, the 4-year cycle is still intact. There's a good argument to be made against that. If the 4-year cycle is still intact, we're heading right into a bear market right now. And any gains we get within the next few months, snatch them up and take your dang profits, baby, and buy back in the fall of 2026. All right, option number 2 is that the 4-year cycle is broken and we're entering into an extended super cycle. The mythical creature that's been swimming around the ocean of crypto YouTube since 2015. All right, this super cycle is always out there waiting to pump your bags to new all-time highs, just waiting to make you a millionaire overnight while all your friends who didn't believe in Bitcoin get wrecked working their stupid 9-to-5s while you're retired on the Bahamas because of the Bitcoin super cycle. Now, that's option number 2. Option number 3, which I actually think I'm putting my eggs in the option number 3 basket right now. I'd say this. We've seen the 4-year cycle right now be disrespected back in January 2024. Was it January? Was it January or was it disrespected? It's so hard to keep track of the dang dates here. Yeah, January 2024. January 2024, what happened, guys, is we rejected from the Fibonacci golden pocket, okay? Let's go down to the weekly time frame so we can see it. We rejected from the Fibonacci golden pocket right back here in January 2024. Now, according to the 4-year cycle, this should have given us like a 30 to 50% correction to backtest the mid-30s. Okay, instead, we did get a correction here, but it was only about 20%. Now, historically speaking, that Fibonacci golden pocket, like we can see from the previous cycles, when we tap into it, what happens? Big old correction, right? Big old correction. In this case, we came down about 54%. If the vid crash had not happened, I'd say it would have only been about 50% to come and backtest this base. You know, if we don't include the WEEX, that was about a 60% correction, okay? Do we have data to the time before that here? We don't have enough data here for the time before that, but go and look at this. We always got at least a 40 to 50% correction from these golden pockets. Well, this time we only got a 20% correction. And this time, instead of testing the base that we made during the bull market, resistance in the bear market, we front ran, okay? So, what we have going on here is this. all right, is this. Every single bull bear market cycle in the history of Bitcoin, we have seen about a 70 to 80% correction from the all-time high, dipping right into the Fibonacci 786, 886 fib level. Every single time we bottom out there, okay? So if the 4-year cycle is broken, but it's still going to kind of retrace around the same time, then we could expect a retrace from around here within the next few months and come down not quite as low as we were expecting, maybe not to that 70-80% correction, but maybe more of a 50% correction. And if we get a 50% correction, well, that's actually going to put us at a very, 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 very key support, which is the own nothing and be happy level, right? The own nothing and be happy level. Remember, we have the eat the bugs level. Then we have the own nothing and be happy level. Why are we so happy to own nothing at the level? Because it's key support. And so when the Bitcoin price comes, if you own nothing, but you have lots of money to buy something, then you buy the Bitcoin at the level. Now you do own something, and then you make a lot of money and you sell at the top, and then you buy more or do whatever you want with it. Maybe you're one of those people that will never sell your Bitcoin ever, okay? I don't know. You do what you want. You do what you want, okay? But this, honestly, is kind of where I'm kind of cautiously hanging out right now. I'm actually willing to buy Bitcoin on spot right now after about a 50% correction down in the mid-60s. I'm not going to buy any spot Bitcoin right now unless we're coming down to this level. The only Bitcoin I'm going to be getting is Bitcoin I make trading inverse perpetual, all right? Bitcoin I make trading, all right? I'm not going to buy Bitcoin. I'm just going to make it trading unless we come down to that level, in which case, yeah, I'm going to start DCAing it. And then obviously, if the 4-year cycle is intact, we're looking at a Bitcoin price below $40,000. All right, anything below 40K for Bitcoin is where I start to irresponsibly buy. All right, I start to irresponsibly buy below 40K. Irresponsibly. You know? Major shout out to Tales from the Crypto. Shout out to Fred Sloan. The super cycle speculation is loaded with bear and bull traps. Yeah, seriously. You know, seriously. J-Boy's about to change his name to J-Boy Bearish. Option 4, we curl some biceps on a squat rack. Well, I think that's a given no matter what. No matter what happens, the only reason squat racks exist is so that you have a place to put that heavy barbell with the 45 on each side while you're doing your cheat curls in the squat rack. You know, full just body leverage up and down. It doesn't even work the biceps. People are waiting with their knee sleeves to do actual squats, but you have still 10 more sets of cheat bicep curls in the squat rack. And that should be a given no matter what the Bitcoin price is doing. Shout out to Bayboy. We're not even going to mention it, all right? Alcohol season? Man, it's never alcohol season, man. It's never alcohol season, all right? Alcohol, ugh. I hate alcohol so much. I really do. I hate alcohol so much. All right. Link trade from the setup given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Doing all right. Zcash trade. Doing all right. Already locked in $180 on the Zcash trade. Let's see if our link trade can't push up to our target around 19.1-ish, 15. All right. Obviously, short trade still open from the setup given in the Casper Crew, taken in real time. All right. Let's see what happens here. Again, Bitcoin, we reclaim about 112. We could get vacuum sucked up to around 117 to 120. Bitcoin rose. We just got a notification. Bitcoin rose. Don't get greedy waiting for 60K. I won't get greedy. Here's the thing about my own Bitcoin investing. I'm perfectly happy with the amount of Bitcoin that I have right now. I'm perfectly happy with it. If I never got another Bitcoin in my life, I'd actually be happy with that. I'm in no position to buy Bitcoin unless it's dumping, all right? Unless it is dumping. And I'm only going to buy Bitcoin now if it's dumping. But I can stack my Bitcoin from trading. That's another thing, right? That's another thing. Bitcoin under 50K would be dank. I know. You'll never see 40K again. Chris! Oh my goodness. Come on, man. So here's the thing. Look, if the 4-year cycle is intact, then yeah, we're going to see under 40K Bitcoin. If the 4-year cycle is intact, we're going to see under 40K. I mean, just historically speaking, look, Historically speaking, guys, where do we always retrace to? Every single time. And let me tell you, I wasn't in Bitcoin back in these days, but I knew people who were back in 2015 when we went from $1,200 to under $200. I knew people who were in Bitcoin during that time. All right, this is the monthly chart. I knew people who were in Bitcoin at that time. It was devastating. I remember in 2017 December at $20,000 Bitcoin, people saying we're never going to see below 5K again. All right, we're never going to see below 5K again. I remember we were hovering around 5K. People were saying this is support, this is it. Last cycle, $69,000. People said 30K, the bottom. We're never going to see below 30K again. How many tweets on crypto Twitter? This is the last time you'll be able to buy Bitcoin at 30K. Boom. Right? Don't ever say it's never going to do something that it does every time. It might not, but right now, just objectively speaking, the probabilities are stacked against you if you think we're never going to see a 40K Bitcoin again. Okay? But it might not happen, right? So always prepare for the worst and hope for the best. You know, prepare for the worst. Shout out to Aaron G. Yeah, the egg code right now is Egg Wars. Because this month in the Casper Crew Discord, we are doing all these games in the Discord in October, giving away eggs, which will earn you prizes like money and free Discord memberships. All right, this is the schedule here. We're going to be playing games, trivia games, Rumble games, Gartic games, guess the number games. Of course, the Casper Crew game day, which we just give away straight cash. All right, straight cash. So yeah, if you want to claim your eggs, go to quests, click claim, and type in Egg Wars. I've already claimed my eggs, all right? But yeah, make sure to go check that out. And if you want to join the Casper Crew, where we give our setups, our stuff in advance, myself and other traders in here, all right? Boyan, an excellent trader, all right? An excellent trader. Man, this dude is crazy, all right? Myself, with our Bitcoin setups, our altcoin setups, all right, like the long from Zcash today, the long from Link. Told everyone I'm long from the VWAP, told everyone I'm long on Zcash, you know, this kind of stuff, all right? Make sure to check it out, jasoncaspertrading.com. And if you're in the VIP, you get 5 times the amount of eggs as non-VIPs. 5 times the amount of eggs as non-VIPs, all right? 60K bottom, maybe. Yeah, Stephen Dupe, like 60K bottom if the 4-year cycle is broken, but we still retrace at the same time historically in the 4-year cycle. I'm right there with you, man. I am right there with you. I'm right there with you. Seth Harvey says, get yoked, LOL. Shout out to Muhammad. He said, let's go, let's go. Hopium Copium says, big money is in, they will get wrecked, they will hold. That's true. Big money is in, they will hold and buy. I mean, if big money's in, they will hold and they will buy. Shout out to Felipe. He says, everyone's saying they will buy if Bitcoin's at 40K. I guarantee you won't buy. Yeah, I'll be honest. It's hard to buy when price is dumping, and it's hard to sell when price is pumping. I mean, Guys, what can I say? When I bought Bitcoin under 20K, I'm not going to lie to you. It was very uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable. Because, you know, people were calling for 9K and I myself was open to it, right? I even had limit orders on Coinbase at 3K in case we took the COVID lows. But in hindsight, it was the right move. And honestly, selling at 80K did not feel good. Selling at 100K did not feel good. Selling at 120K did not feel good because of all the what ifs. What if? But look, if there's one thing I can say, when it comes to the macro, buying when it's hard will probably pay off, and selling when it's hard will probably pay off. Buying when it's easy will not pay off, and selling when it's easy will not pay off. All right? But macro, anything below 65 for me is time to buy. And anything below 40K for me is time to get a little bit degen with it. All right? Because if we're below 40K, right? Let's just say we're below 40K. And I don't think we'll come lower than the $30,000 lows. But let's just say we do come to 250 next cycle. I mean, that's a 500, almost a 500% gain on Bitcoin. At this point, I mean, that's awesome. You know, that's awesome, right? I'd say so. That's legit. That's legit. That would be nice. But who knows, right? Who knows? 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 Shout out to Aaron G. God bless you, man. Buy it all at 40K. Yeah. 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 You have to disconnect your brain between the 50 and 75% retracement from the top and buy as much Bitcoin as you can. Yeah, you kind of have to. Shout out to J-Boy. Shout out to Tommy Stephen Martin. 600 likes. We're getting close. We do have 600 likes. We are getting pretty close to getting the likes up to the watchers. Getting those likes up to the watchers. Man, it's a Monday. That's crazy. That's weird. What time is it? Oh, that was a glitch. That was a glitch. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Well, that might be totally destroyed now. That might be totally destroyed. Business cycle hasn't passed 50 yet. It's just about to. When it does, crypto cycle always goes hard bull run mode. That would be cool. Shout out to Yo Brando. Shout out to Vegas Claw. Shout out to Guitar Tech. Shout out to Angry Goy. He says AWS Monday. Shout out to Splashfire. Shout out to Art Macnev. He has 19th century pocket watch. Yeah, I do actually. I actually have a pocket watch tattooed on my arm. It's kind of hard to see actually. But yeah, I always check the time. It actually is right twice a day. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Man, everyone has totally different like predictions about where Bitcoin bottoms out. Let's take another poll in the chat here. Let's take another poll in the chat, okay? Most of you say we'll see another all-time high in 2025. So I guess that kind of means, let me ask you this. 4-year cycle, broken. Let's see, yes or no? Yes or no? Shout out to Alex O in the chat. Guys, make sure to go subscribe to Alex O if you're not already subscribed to Alex O. Let's see what you guys say here. God bless you, Alex O. Yeah, we need the monocle. Yeah, here we go. Whoop. I just dropped it. The most bearish part about Bitcoin for me is all the retard chillers on social media, including those calling for 13 million. I haven't seen that, but that is bearish. All right. Okay, all-time highs, but the cycle's broken. Okay, yeah. I kind of feel that. I kind of feel that. You're in VIP. What channels do I post my trades in? Okay, so I post my trades in the dedicated Jason channels. All right, so if you're in the VIP Discord, I'm posting all my trades in the Jason Bitcoin TA channel. All right, and the Jason ETH and Alt channel. All right, these are the only two channels I actually post my trades in. All right, Boyan posts his stuff in this channel here. All right. Ooh, Boyan just took along. Oh snap! Oh no, wait, that was at 12:56. White Phoenix posts all his stuff here, and Thor posts all his stuff here. Those are the instructors. All right. Look, Thor's trade played out as anticipated. Shout out to Thor, man. These guys are awesome traders. All right. Shout out to White Phoenix, man. Also an awesome trader. All right. You want to join the Casper crew? Go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Also, guys, got to give a major reminder that KCEX has the best deal on fees right now. They're offering $21,000 plus all these prizes. Literally the lowest fees. Also, guys, BLOFIN right now, if you use my link, BLOFIN is offering 0.02% market order fees. This is exclusive for my link. Nobody else that I know of has fees this low. All right, we had to work with BLOFIN for a long time to offer fees this low for the Casper crew. That doesn't just include VIPs. This means everybody. All right. Plus, BLOFIN's giving you all the juicy 10% cash back and all this good stuff. All right. All this good stuff. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Shout out to Sudeep. Where's KCEX? I'm not sure. All right. Shout out to KCEX. World Free Speech says just buy it like crazy and don't stop buying it. They can't produce anymore. Yeah, I mean, this is like the normie Bitcoin mentality. And if you're in Bitcoin in general, you're not a normie. But yeah, I used to be of that mentality as well. And I think for most people, that's good. All right, for most people in crypto, it's good to just buy Bitcoin. Because historically speaking, even if you're buying the top, you're going to be in profit eventually. All right. But if you know a little bit about TA, and if you've been in the game for a while, in my opinion, it makes more sense to get the most bang for your buck. And in my case, there are specific places where I'm comfortable deploying capital, and there are other places where I'd rather not deploy capital. Now, again, I'm in a different position than a lot of people. I'm a day trader as well, and a swing trader. So I'm always trading and making money no matter what the Bitcoin price is doing. So if I'm actually going to commit some actual capital into purchasing spot Bitcoin, there needs to be a big old dumperoni and queso. All right. What platform am I using? I'm using link in the pinned comment in the chat, and in the description of this video, you'll see all the trading platforms that I use. All right. $65 a month for VIP, which actually is super cheap, to be honest with you. Craig's been watching my religion channel. He loves it. Well, shout out to you, Craig. And that's right, guys. I have a religion channel. It's actually a Bible channel. It's called the Billy Casper Bible channel. All right. The Billy Casper Bible channel. I'm going to be uploading maybe 1 or 2 videos a month here. All right. Bible studies, different topics, mostly about the Bible. Okay. If you're interested in that, I'll post a link in the chat. All right. Because you know we wax biblical on this channel as well. And I asked everyone, should I make a separate channel dedicated only to that stuff? People said yeah. So I did. All right. Do I invest in gold? Yes. Yes. I invest in gold. Big time. I'm a big time gold investor. I've been into gold since 2014. I've been into precious metals since 2014. When I first got married to my wife, we sat down and we said, hey, you know what? We're officially adults now. And so we need to start thinking about our future. You know, the day you start thinking about the future is the day you're no longer a child and you're an adult now. And now life is no longer fun. It's just pure stress. And you start to get those wrinkles on the forehead. And your hair starts to look like this. All right? Your hair starts to look like this. Okay? And we said, look, the fiat currency, why would we waste our time stacking dollars when since 1913, 96% of the purchasing power has been gone? Is there anything we could put our money in that would preserve our purchasing power? So if we had kids and we wanted to leave them with our purchasing power, we could do it. The answer was gold and silver. I had heard about Bitcoin, but I didn't take it seriously back then. It wasn't until 2016, one fateful summer day, when I listened to a podcast at the gym. It was chest day, so I was lingering in the gym on the incline bench, as all gym bros love to do. Lingering on that incline bench just for one more set of junk volume. You know, you already did your heavy pressing, you already did your accessory work. Now you're just there to do another 10, 20 sets to failure of dumbbell chest flies on the incline bench, lingering, listening to this podcast about Bitcoin and how bullish it was. And I actually left the gym early with still 20 more junk volume sets left for chest to go FOMO my whole life savings account into Bitcoin. The funny thing is, that story is like mostly true. That story is mostly true. Pretty much, I heard a podcast from somebody who I really respected talk about Bitcoin, and me and my wife literally put like everything we had been saving for the past 2 years of our marriage into Bitcoin at the time. So it's a pretty bold investment, but it played out quite nice. It played out quite nice. Physical assets are the only safest assets. Yeah, Mohammed, I agree with you. Like I'm a big fan of tangible assets. Like I think diversification is also important. But yeah, at the end of the day, why do we have non-tangible assets? It's so that we can get tangible assets. And in my opinion, true wealth is land and animals. True wealth is land and animals because those are assets that produce other assets. You have animals, you're producing meat, you're producing milk, you're producing eggs, you're producing food that you need for life. You have land, you can dig a well, now you're producing water. You have land, you can build up a solar system, now you can produce electricity. You know, you have land, you can build a shelter on the land. You know, that's true wealth, in my opinion. Biddy has uneven cheeks, huh? How do I feel about the fact that crypto will lead to the beast system? I feel like that makes me feel like this is a good opportunity to be in crypto. You just have to make sure to jump off the train before it rides off the cliff, right? Look, all of history has been leading up to the beast system, right? You could say that the founding of the United States of America has been paving the way to the beast system. It doesn't mean we don't live here, right? The dollar itself has the all-seeing eye on the back. It doesn't mean we don't use dollars, right? We live in a world that is fallen, and we know how things are going to end, but it doesn't mean we don't participate in the world right now, because that's the only option we really have. That's how I feel about it. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. If you don't wear a pirate hat when you're stashing your gold, are you even a gold bug? That's a good question, Bullish on Parade. You know, my son, he took my pirate hat because he's all about pirates right now. He's in a pirate phase. My son is all about pirates right now. Me and him sword fight all the time. And he gets vicious. He's in that phase. He's 4.5, okay? He thinks that I'm invincible. All right? He thinks I'm invincible. He thinks he gets these big old sticks swinging at me with two hands. He thinks there's nothing that could hurt Dad, right? He's at that age. And I can't let him know that when he's swinging these sticks at me, he could literally poke my eye out or do something crazy, right? So I can't let him know that, all right? I have too much pride. But me and him sword fight all the time. He wears the pirate hat, all right? Shout out to My Crypto Goods. Am I in a synagogue? Yeah, I was in a synagogue, my friend. My Crypto Goods. Yeah. Yeah, we're Jewish, and we believe that Jesus is the Messiah. You know? I got Kirk bones. What are Kirk bones? I'm not sure. What do I think about the U.S. reevaluating its gold reserves to offset debt? I don't think that's going to happen. I do not think that's going to happen. I'd be surprised if the U.S. has any real gold reserves. All right. I'd be surprised if the U.S. has any real gold left. I don't know. Remember that whole thing about Elon Musk talking about auditing Fort Knox or whatever? Come on, man. That's never going to happen. I don't think people really want. I don't think anybody wants to reevaluate the gold reserves in the United States right now. I think everyone just kind of wants to ignore that. Talk about it sometimes when it's cool. It's like auditing the Fed, right? Trump used to talk about auditing the Fed back when he was running in 2016. Come on. Trump's owned by the Fed. You know what I'm saying? Trump owes a favor to the bankers. They bailed him out when he had to declare bankruptcy. You know? They own him. Oops. Not supposed to say that. The only thing in Fort Knox is spiders. Oh! You used to be a pirate. We could sword fight anytime. Yeah, that'd be cool. Ezekiel 38:39 is right around the corner. Ezekiel 38:39 is going to happen at some point. I believe that for sure. I believe that for sure. Can we check? Fetch USDC? Yeah. Why USDC though? Maybe you're from a place that doesn't use USDT. I know a lot of places have forsaken Tether. Wow, look at this thing. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we're not at any key fib levels. This is the monthly time frame. We have key monthly support right around here. Right around here, and then we have key monthly support right around here. Let's see the weekly. It's very beat down, but I don't really see anything that makes me want to buy. And I don't want to say the price I would buy. I'd get too many thumbs downs. Let's take a look at this. And let's pull an anchor VWAP from the low. Okay, so we're at value area low. We don't have bullish divergences on our monthly. We don't have it on our weekly. Our daily, we don't have it either. Okay, it doesn't look very strong to me. It doesn't look very good. I'm sorry to say. Okay, I'm sorry to say. What's the name of my music playlist? It's just this, okay? Epidemic Sound royalty-free music, so I don't get hit with the copyright. All right, so these are just like random royalty-free music. So this is the basement bounce. The basement bounce. You know what I mean? Yeah. 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 Got the basement bounce. Yeah. Got the basement bounce. We got the basement bounce. We got the basement bounce. Here we go. Yo, Jay Casper trading in the house. Rapping here with the basement bounce. Oh snap, let me take a peek. Does Market Cypher B have any uneven butt cheeks? Big on the left side, nice and juicy. Skinny on the right to round out the booty. And I don't even know if y'all could spot it, but Fetch AI fell through the golden pocket. We got no support. About to get hort. Should I open up a short? I don't know, but snort like a pig when we're chilling outside doing Irish jigs. Then we like to ride the slide cause we pumping up, then we pumping down. Bitcoin price all throughout the town, cause we're sitting out just listening to the sound of the price going up, ka-ching around town making profits. Can you spot it? Then we drop it, tippy top it, then we rock it, don't drop it to spot it. You know we're coming back down. Jason Casper, the treadmill, a clown. Cause you know we got a plunger in the hand as we're driving through the place. Got the sand to the sand in the land, cause I got it in my hand. Oh yeah, don't drop the sand of the hourglass, we're going so fast. Got the fetch AI about to blast, and we come back here to KCEX just to see what Bitcoin's gonna do next. Cause you know I got the blue and purple candles and they are the best. Cause you know I'm in the gym training arms and chest. You know I never train legs. My friends always say, AJ, gotta beg just to train the legs. But I'm curling in the squat rack, drinking the dregs from the water bottle. Got it with the wet on my socket. Bitcoin right to the golden pocket. Coming back here to buy a bit. Sit back and listen to J Casper spit. Cause you know we're coming to the trend line. Bitcoin price action looking so fine. That's the music. Alright. That's the music. All right. Well, guys, it's been an hour and a half, and I gotta head out. I love you all. May God bless you all in Jesus' name. I pray you and your family are very, very, very blessed in many ways. And Lord willing, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Make sure to like, subscribe. Peace.